So next we move on to the concept of simultaneous assignment. Now in most programming languages you don't have a simultaneous assignment command, but we're going to see later on that this is going to become very handy in weeks 4 through 6. Consider the command XYZ simultaneously become expression 0, expression 1 and expression 2, where x, y and z have to be distinct variables because otherwise you don't know which expression actually gets assigned to the variable that's repeated. So what does this do? It simultaneously updates all of these variables with the corresponding expressions, and if any of the variables on the left appear in any of the expressions on the right, then you use the original contents of those variables rather than the updated ones. And obviously if there are only 2 variables there, then you only have 2 expressions on the right, and you can have more than 3 variables there as well. So how do we define the weakest precondition for this command? Well, the expressions obviously have to be valid, and then you simultaneously substitute expressions E0, E1 and E2 for the corresponding free occurrences of variables x, y and z. And again, this obviously extends to the case where you only have 2 variables and 2 expressions, or where you have more than 3 variables and expressions. So notice that this is not the same as assigning E0 to x and then assigning E1 to y and then assigning E2 to z. The weakest precondition for that is that you first substitute E0 in for x and then you substitute E1 in for y, but notice that y might have occurred in expression 0 and therefore this might not be quite the same. And then you substitute expression 2 in for z. And here we ignore the fact that we also have to check that E0, E1 and E2 must be valid. And contrast that to what we just defined. There you have to check whether the expressions are valid, but then the important part is that you simultaneously substitute E0, E1 and E2 for variables x, y and z. The difference between these two will become clear when you do some of the homeworks. Here's a code segment that presumably exchanges the values of variables x and y. Is this a correct code segment? Go and do the homework, and I'll see you in the next video.